Hi, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist,
Brad Heine, physical
and
therapist,
together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
in our opinion. What's the topic today, Bob?
Brad, amazingly so, it's all about you, isn't it? Brad hurt himself.
Me.
Brad hurt himself swimming, and now we thought maybe it'd be helpful to kind of talk about it and take people through the process of, first how it felt and what things that you might do to help get it better now.
Right.
Because this just happened when, Brad?
This happened 3 weeks ago it started. I swim usually a couple days a week, up to 3 times a week. And so I thought, well, this is a good opportunity to treat myself with some of our own medicine here.
Sure.
So initially, this is one of those things, Bob, I jump in the pool, my shoulder hurts a little bit, I warm up, the pain goes away, I'm fine, I'm gonna swim hard. So I did swim hard. The next day I paid for it. I should have listened to my body, it got flared up, it hurt in front and it hurt in back, and I'm trying to diagnose it. Is it the supraspinatus, rotator cuff, what is it? I'm telling you, Bob, it hurt all over the place, I couldn't even diagnose it.
And that's a really good example. This often happens to us as the people who are trying to do the evaluation, the assessment. It hurts all over and it's very difficult to tell where the actual problem is. And over time what happens is the pain starts to narrow up and actually go to the area where actually the problem is.
Right.
And it becomes a little easier to assess that.
So initially I just did the normal things. I quit swimming, I had to take time off of there, cold packs, and just basically rested it, and I found out some exercises that worked well. One of our rotator exercises, we have the TheraGun, we don't.
Yeah, we get some.
Yeah, I'll show you that. One thing, at one time everything hurt, and as it was over the next week it started getting better as it settled down, and I found out that if I do our rotator exercise, we got a couple videos on this, this was acceptable. Okay, then
So you're keeping your arm, let's just real quickly, because people might want to try this, right? Or you don't you want to instruct people on this?
Well, we've got these videos.
Okay, his elbow is at a right angle,
Right.
and he's just pulling it out. He's not going like this.
Right. Not-
He's
'cause
keeping
that
the elbow on this
hurts.
side. That would hurt.
Still hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping that neutral position, doing the external rotation.
Kind of working a lot of the muscles in the back of the shoulder to help
Right.
stabilize the shoulder.
Can you hold on to that,
Sure.
Bob? I don't have Bob come over and help me do these, but I put on a doorknob, and
What are you saying, Brad? I don't know going on.
then I do this exercise, and notice I'm pulling back and down, and it doesn't hurt. It feels like kind of a good stretch in the front of my shoulder. So these are the 2 exercises I started out with.
And in both cases, they're working the muscles in the back here, and that's why they feel good.
Right.
Because they're stabilizing
Right.
and they're not working the muscles that are giving you trouble.
And I'm going to do it on this shoulder just because I did the old Codman's exercise, and we have a video just for Codman, so I'm not going to
Or pendulum.
Yep. And this would always feel really good. And sometimes if I just walked and I didn't have much time, I would just do this and relax it. And boy, would that feel good. Just to get it to relax it, it's like the blood flow would get in there.
And Nancy, you might want to just put up other Codmans or pendulums so people know how to spell that. if they
Sure,
want to look it up.
you bet. And actually, I went swimming last week, Friday morning, to test it. This was a week and a half after the injury. And I thought, okay, I just want to test it because I want to get back in there. I start swimming, and as soon as I pull down on the water, sharp pain right here. I tried the breaststroke, still pain right here. And I got it out of the water. I mean, I was in there for 5 minutes, and I realized I am not ready to do. And I even tried some rotator cuff exercises in the water, which I do. But every time I could go out okay, but when I came in, pain right there, and I started to be able to figure out, this is here. My problem, I thought I was going to have a labrum problem, which we're not going to get into that, but this was good news anyways, because it felt like, oh, this is soft tissue.
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to work with this.
So in the end, we think it's your pectoralis muscle,
Yeah,
right? Pectoralis major,
you
minor.
better believe it.
And so that is a lot easier to treat than a lot of the other shoulder issues.
Right.
It's a bigger muscle, I think, for one thing,
Right.
Brad. And I think for that reason, it's easier to repair.
Sure.
In my mind, anyway. Did you do any rubbing on that, or?
Well, that's a good point. I was going to bring to that. I did start doing some massage, self-massage, and tried some cross friction.
Yeah.
But this would really help better. My wife, bless her heart, she got in there and she massaged it for about 10 minutes, and it felt so much better. But not only then, but the next morning I woke up, it was much looser because it was getting tight.
Yes.
But I still massage it by myself. If you got your wife, or you want to go to a massage therapist, you could do that as well. But to get that muscle to loosen up, I did use ibuprofen. 300 or 600 milligrams, so eat it with food, take it with food.
Sure.
That's been helpful. And,
I would say probably you'd want to do a little bit of a stretch.
yeah, I've been doing that.
You
but
have been, okay.
I gotta do it careful.
Yeah, because you want to have it healed, this muscle, to stretch it is this way. You want to
Yeah.
have it healed lengthened.
Yeah,
Because if it heals shortened, as soon as he does bring it out this way, he'll tear it
Sure.
open again. doesn't it?
so, and even right now, I'm back to here. And to be honest with you, Bob, that's why I was wondering, back in here I'm feeling some pain too, so there may be a little more than just
Sometimes
this.
it throws off the whole balance of your shoulder
Sure.
though, and I think this might just be from the fact that this is all off.
Right.
I might be wrong. You might have injured that too. You may have.
One way or another, everything is getting better, but I'm still gonna work the range, like Bob
Yeah.
said. And last night I went swimming again, took a week off, went swimming again, and I could do the crawl.
So you found the one that you could do, and that's quite often, that's a very good point to be made, Brad, because I've injured body parts.
Sure.
And as soon as I can find an exercise I can do without pain, I do that one. I mean, so.
And I couldn't do it hard though.
Right.
I was about 50% effort in the most, and I didn't very long either, because I was getting tired, starting to get sore, hit the brakes on it.
So I just remember I hurt my foot one time, and eventually I found an exercise I could do. It was more one of the gazelle glide.
Oh, sure.
You know, I was like, great, I can do that. I can't run. I can't. I couldn't even bike. It hurt biking, but that felt better.
Yeah.
So when you find that one exercise, it's
Yeah.
great because you get back and you're feeling better about things. So
So I think in a week or two, when we do our next video,
we'll take a look at it.
yeah, and as a matter of fact, there's a, go like, let me do that, the manual muscle test for internal
Oh, you
rotation.
want me to check
Yeah.
that? Ready?
Okay,
Yeah.
so that kind of hurts.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so
not
next time we come in, we
surprised.
can use that for a benchmark.
I can see it.
Go in the other
Because
direction.
that muscle pulls in.
Yeah, now external rotation, see that?
No problem at all.
Yeah, that feels strong, it
And that
doesn't
would be
bounce.
rotator cuff if it was. So.
Right,
You would not be able to do push-ups right now.
No.
You wouldn't be able to do bench press.
No.
Those things would really bother you.
exactly. So it's things are moving along, so keep up with us on the videos. If you have a swimming injury and you have similar symptoms, maybe some of these will work, and we'll see how it's coming around next week.
Sounds good.